nervous. I know I don't look like it today. I'm a little bit of a mess. I have had a migraine, so I'm getting a little later of a start on my submissions. But I am a talent agent, and yeah, we're gonna go through submissions today, see what's casting. And yeah, I don't even know if this is like interesting to you guys, but it's interesting to me. So we're gonna go through. We've got actually we don't have that many castings today. Okay. Anyways, obviously, I'm not going to be disclosing brand names just for obvious reasons. But looks like this first one is a feature film. Normally, we get a lot of commercials, so it's interesting that we have a feature, which I will not be submitting on. They are not paying, and it works in Tallahassee, Florida. And obviously, I am based in Los Angeles, so we don't have any Tallahassee people. So that's an easy skip. Oh, it just repopulated. Okay, yeah, we have quite a bit of submissions now. Man, today is not a good day. Now we have vertical shorts. This one's not terrible. It pays 300 a day, but that's also not great. Yeah, I think we're gonna skip that one as well. I promise we've got commercials coming. We just gotta. Okay, here we go. We have a commercial. Commercials pay the best, so that's kind of why I like to start with those, or focus my time on those, I guess I should say. So this one has a lot of roles. Let's see. Okay, this first one is Middle Eastern in their 20s. Sorry, this fly is like bothering me. Middle Eastern in their 20s. Must be between 5'4" to 5'10", female. English with no accents. No facial piercings, no tattoos. You can have ear piercings, but that's it, and long hair. I actually do not have anybody that fits the bill, so I will not be submitting on that one. And where's the pay? Did it tell us how much it pays? Oh, interesting. Okay, because it films internationally, it pays 25,000 euros. And for the shoot dates, it's $500. 500 euros, sorry. Sorry, it's international money, kind of throws me for a loop. Anyways, okay, so it looks like it's 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, it looks like it's 8 days. Sorry. Math is not my strong suit. So 8 days times 500 euros is like a number. And then the buyout is 25,000 euros. So, anyways, this is a decent paying one. But like I said, they're looking for very specific things. So I did not have anybody for the Middle Eastern female. I can tell you right now, I don't have anybody for this one either. They're looking for a Swedish person with a native accent. I do not have any of those, so we're not going to submit there. Okay, here we go. We have a woman, 22 to 28, Japanese. I have four Japanese people, I believe. So we can submit all of them. It's the exact same pay, 500 euros per day. Again, it films in Qatar. If I'm being completely honest, I don't know where that is. But anyways, 8 shoot dates. So again, 500 times 8. And then what's going on? Hello, I am a talent agent, and I'm going through submissions of all of the commercials and whatnot that's casting in LA right now. So yeah, I'm just going through this one, trying to decide who to submit to it. Pays a lot of money. I don't know the conversion rate from euros to American dollars, but anyways, this probably wasn't a good one to start with. So we can move around and we could see if there's another American commercial that we could go through. Okay, this one pays a little bit less, but this is an American brand that we all know and love. Pay is 1,500 plus the 20% agency fee, which is what I would get because I'm the agent that's submitting them on this. Um, Looks like it's going to film in either Dallas, Chicago, or Columbus. So I don't know. I guess we just have to be available for all these dates, which is really interesting that they would ask for that. But anyways, looks like they're looking for any gender as long as you are in your 20s or 30s. Any ethnicity. Okay, pay is $500 for the shoot date, and then $1,000 for usage, and then like I said, the 20% for the agency fee. So that's not bad pay. And they're obviously going to be paying for travel for the filming. Hello, Victor. Sorry, I'm like blind, so I'm like struggling to see. Hello, Victor. Thank you for joining. What do we have next? Um, ooh, okay, this one. I like this one. So this is a fitness brand. Looks like they're looking for basketball players. I have a couple of those. They're looking for, oh, they're only looking for female. Oh man, they're only looking for female 6 feet tall. Unfortunately, we don't have anybody, but I bet the pay on this one's going to be really good. So let's just go through it. Like I said, it's a fitness brand. They are going to film in Dallas, Texas. So travel will be covered, of course, by the production. On top of that, they're giving $1,500 for the session. And then for usage, where does it say usage? Okay, usage term is going to be 2 years and they're going to pay $10,000 for it. So that's not bad at all, honestly. Let me see. It's only one shoot date and then travel days there, travel day back. So, I mean, that's a big chunk of money for, I think that's worth it. Sorry, I'm like getting emails and then I'm trying to also check the chat. Squinting over here. Let's see. All right, we have this next one. They actually used a pseudonym for this one. So it's like not the actual brand name or anything like that. But it looks like this one, the fitting, they're going to pay $150. The session fee, which is basically the time that you're filming, they're going to pay $900. And then the buyout is going to be $5,000. So depending on how many days this shoots, we're probably looking at about $10,000. And then of course they pay the 20% agency fee. So that's the money that I would get for basically submitting them on this and hopefully getting them booked. It looks like they're looking for kids on this one, ages 6 to 7. It looks like they're also looking for people to play parents. For the dad, they want somebody who's Caucasian, 30s or 40s. They also want talent who's willing to eat meat and fish. So again, they used a code name for this one, but I would assume it's probably like a fast food restaurant. So anyways, I actually have one person to submit on that one. So I'm gonna pop them in really quick. And then they also want somebody to play a mom. This one can be any ethnic appearance. Same thing, 30s to 40s. No vegetarians. You have to eat meat and fish on set. Also be able to eat dairy, fruit, and have no, it says vegetarian allergies, but I don't think they meant that. Thank you so much for subscribing. I so appreciate you. This is my first time going live. And yeah, I just figure this is like what I do every single day. I think it's interesting and like maybe people would care what's casting right now. So I appreciate you joining in and saying hello and subscribing. So thank you, thank you. What else do we have? We have, you're welcome. Thank you, thank you. Okay, this next one, they're looking for somebody to play a neighbor. Looks like the pay is going to be the same, except this one, the ages is female and in their 20s. And then same for the dietary restrictions and everything. Um, oh, I actually already submitted on these roles. They're looking for tween girls ages 10 to 12. Same thing, any ethnic appearance, and then also 16 to 18. So okay, cool. That's a pretty successful one. We submitted on all of those roles. So yeah, we'll see if we get any callbacks. I would be excited to work on this project just because, I mean, obviously the pay is great, but just seems like a cool opportunity. All right, where are my video game people? If we have any, this one's for you. We have a video game promo shoot. It pays $700 per shoot date. $3,250 guaranteed usage. And then $500 per day for any of the extra stuff. So the test, the fitting, and the travel days. So that's going to equal, it says, between 4 to 5 days. So sounds like a nice chunk of money. And then obviously the 20% if they are represented, which my clients, of course, are. So that'll be nice. Looks like it's traveling from Los Angeles to Napa. Okay. That'll be a fun little trip. But yeah, it looks like they're going to fly them into Sacramento. Um, they're going to pay for meals and per diem, 70, $75 per day. Oh, and $100 each way for an Uber ride if they need a ride to the airport. So that's cool. Okay, cool. We have quite a bit of people that we can submit on this one. Looks like they're looking for men, ages, any age, actually. It says anywhere from 20 to 60. So that's basically everybody. Oh, 5'9" or taller. Okay, that's gonna be important. So I'm gonna have to do a selection on this one. What did I say? 5'9", I think. 5'9" and taller. Okie dokie. And it has to be men. And it looks like we also have work dates. So they start, is that correct? They start, sorry, once again, I'm just trying to check. Things keep popping up, but it's like not comments. It's like a Q&A or something like that. Like I said, this is my first time going live, so that's new to me. Anyways, looks like they are going to film from July 20 to 23. So we're gonna have to make sure that people are actually available for that. But aside from that, it looks like we can submit all of my men for the most part. So let's do that. Okay, cool. Um, Sorry, I'm trying to like figure out all the buttons and just see what stuff means. I know I need to like get back to work, but I'm just curious. Okay, looks like we have a feature film next. I'm telling you, I don't like these. See, it says great. How much they're gonna pay you is to be determined. Like, I'm not willing to take the time to do a full-on submission report if we don't even know how much they're gonna pay. Because what if it's like $100? That's not worth my time. So skipping over that. Looks like we have a short film next. Ooh, they're looking for dancers. I'm a dance agent, so this is gonna be perfect. Um, okay, they're only looking for men, but pay is $2,000, so we shall submit on it. Any men, oh, Caucasian only too. Dang, that sucks. That's gonna remove a lot of my roster, unfortunately. But anyone from 18 to 30. So I might have one or two people that we can submit on this, so might as well. Um, the dates for this one, it looks like 15 to 21. Oh man, that's a lot of days, especially if they're only, what did I say? They're only paying 2,000. We might have to negotiate that if any of my people are selected. Oh, I do not have anybody available during those dates. Okay. Any men anyways. Um, what do we have next? I don't think, yeah, this one's only for people who have had um cleft palate or cleft lip surgery. I don't have anybody on my roster who has had that before. All right, moving on. This next one is also a commercial. This one actually has conflicts, which basically means if you've done another commercial for something similar to this, that you cannot do this one. But the pay on this one, it looks like the fitting is going to be $100. The per diem is $75 per day. I don't see where this one films, but it says they're going to pay for your air ticket and your hotel. And then on top of that, they're paying 2,500 for the shoot. And then of course the 20% the agency fee, which is what I would get. Looks like one travel day, one shoot day, and one return day. So it's going to be a very, very quick little trip that they're doing. Yeah, I still don't see where they're filming. But anyways, I don't have anybody to submit here, but it looks like they're looking for women ages 50s to 60s, Hispanic, native Spanish speaker. And then they're also looking for two men, 60s to 70s, also Hispanic, native Spanish speaker. So, like I said, I don't have anybody to submit, but that's what they're looking for. Um, okay. We still have quite a bit, but it looks like I'm probably not going to be submitting on most of these. Some days are really good, like Monday, I think. Monday was a super busy day. And then days like today, we get a lot of castings. It's just not stuff that I would actually waste my time on, if I'm being honest. Once again, the time just isn't necessarily worth the money that I would be getting. Um, so like this one pays $17 an hour. Isn't that like minimum wage? Like, yeah, no, probably won't be submitting on that. And it's only a 4-hour guarantee. So what is that? 2, 4, 6, 8, less than $80. Like, no, I will not be submitting on that. If my clients would like to, they are more than welcome to, but I'm definitely not the one. Okay, see, The older generation, you guys are getting a lot of castings. This one is 45 to 55, looking for athletic bodies, not models, aspirational but attainable, all shapes and sizes. See, that's like a triple oxymoron, if I'm being honest. But it looks like they pay 12, that's not correct. $600 per day and then $1,200 usage. How many days is this? Do we know? This is 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, 5 days. I'm telling you, I'm not good at math. 5 days at $600 each. So 5 times 600 is like 3,000. I'm pretty sure that's math. And then plus the $1,200 usage. So that would be like a little over $7,000. And then of course they pay my 20% agency fee. Most commercials do, but some of them do not. And I just have to be aware of that and be careful of that because if they don't pay the 20% agency fee, it comes out of my client's check and it's only 10%. So then obviously I get less money. So just something that I need to be aware of. Obviously I still submit them, but just again, on my end, I have to be aware of that. So anyways, like I mainly represent like younger dancers. I have a few on the older side, but not quite 45 to 55. So I'm not going to be submitting on that one. But it looks like they're also looking for females, 14 females, same pay, 25 to 40. So that's a pretty big age range that we can submit on there. Looks like I have 50 people that I can submit. Wow. Okay. And then for my men, I have 8 that I can submit. Cool. Okay. Love that for us. What do we have next? All right, this one actually films in Los Angeles, so no travel is needed for once. Looks like they're going to work June 29th and 30th. Pay is $500 per day, so that's 1,000, and then $1,000 buyout. So 2,000 altogether for 2 days of work. This one also has a conflict. So if you have done a similar commercial to this, you cannot do this one. Which again, I mentioned this in a previous video, I think, like you really have to be smart about what jobs you're going to take because if it precludes you from doing other jobs, then you lose out on a lot of money. So you just want to make sure if you are going to take a job that it's actually worth your time and your money. Because yeah, otherwise you kind of get screwed over, to be honest. So you just got to be smart about it. Man, once again, the older generation, females 45 to 55, salt and pepper hair, and then males 55 to 50, also salt and pepper hair. Yeah, dang. It's a bad day for me and my roster. Cannot submit on that one. Okay, let me see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have 12 more to go. I can already tell you I'm not submitting on this one. There is, you guys are probably familiar with it right here on YouTube. There is a certain channel that's known for making a lot of shows, like a lot of shows, and they cast like multiple times a day through casting networks. The pay is just not great, and I think I've sent a couple of people to work on this with this production company. I'm like being super cautious not to say their name. But anyways, yeah, it just does not pay the best. $21 an hour with guaranteed $84, and that's just not the greatest. So we're not going to submit there. I think I saw one other one that I was not going to submit on. This one, it is low pay, but at the same time, I do recommend it for people who are newer to the roster or newer to the industry. It's one of those court shows. They cast literally all the time and they film literally all the time. I remember when I was first starting as an actor many, many years ago, I actually did one of these. It was a really great experience. They treat you like royalty. They give you like the hair and makeup. They give you the catered meals. Everybody's like so attentive to you and like making sure that you know your snare. You don't have lines because it's supposed to be like improv a little bit. But anyways, I a lot of my people on my roster have already done it when they first signed with me. Slash at this point in time where our agency is, it just doesn't really make sense to submit on something so low paying. But if anybody's ever interested in something like that, you can hit me up because they're casting literally all the time and I would have no problem letting you guys know about it. But like I said, they only pay $20 an hour, but man, they treat you guys really, really good on set. And it's really great footage because you can just like the entire 30-minute episode is just you and one other person, whoever else is in the show with you, I guess. But yeah, like 30 straight minutes of really good footage that you can use. So anyways, just throwing that out there. And then I think there was one last one that I'm not gonna submit on. Actually, I might. We've worked with these people before. They're also a YouTube channel. I don't think they're as well known. I could be mistaken, but anyways, let me see how much they're paying. I mainly do this for my juveniles because it's actually a lot more worth it for them, especially when they're a little bit newer and a little bit greener to the industry. It makes sense for them. So, anyways, they are indeed looking for 15 to 17-year-olds, and they're going to pay $200 per day plus the 20%, which a lot of these don't. The other one that I was talking about does not pay the 20%. So, when you're factoring in that they're only getting paid like $84 and I get 10% of that, yeah, they're walking away with like zero money whatsoever. So, this one at least pays $200 plus the agency fee. Like I said, this one's looking for females ages 15 to 17. Looks like they're filming a pretty large gap, June 13th to June 20th, but it says that you're not going to be needed for all of the days. So I definitely have a couple of people on my roster that I would like to submit. It looks like I have two that are available during that time frame, so I'm going to submit them. But now let's go back to the more lucrative projects because I'm sure that's what people actually care about. Alrighty, this next one, this is a good one. Pays 500 per day and 3,000 buyout. Um, Looks like travel days, they're gonna pay you 250 per day. They're also gonna pay per diem. It doesn't say how much the per diem is, and then a 20% agency fee. Looks like it's working June 16th through 20th. So 16 and 20 would be the travel dates, and then 17, 18, 19 would be filming. Um, so, anyways, that's probably like two-ish thousand. No, probably like 3,000 for the days that you're there, and then 3,000 buyout. So, yeah. I'm telling you, math is really, really hard. And I've had a migraine all day, so it's just like extra not coming to me right now. But what are they looking for? Wow, yep, we do not have one of those. A real couple with a newborn baby. They want a real couple in their 20s with a newborn baby, 3 months old or younger. Obviously, I do not have anybody who fits that. Next, they're looking for females ages 60 to 70. Again, that's a little older than I have. Man, I need to get some older people on my roster. Men 60 to 70, once again. A real couple with a newborn. Yep, okay. And a real older couple. Yep. That's how they get you. They want like real couples. And like as an agent, you just don't represent those kinds of people. But okay, this one's modeling. We're switching it up. Um, okay. I might submit on this. However, I need to get permission from my clients first. It says you actually have to be willing to be treated with Botox or Xeomin or Dysport. I hope I'm saying those things right. So, anyways, I am down to submit on this. The pay is really good. Let's see, it's 2,500 for the shoot date. That is unheard of. That is a lot of money for just one single shoot date. And I know they're like injecting you with stuff, but at the same time, that is a really high shoot date. Normally like maybe 500 to 750 per day is normal, but that's really high. They're also going to pay 250 for the fitting. And then where is Wozers? Okay, buyout is $10,000. Um, Looks like they're also going to have you fly. Where is this? It says BTXC. I don't know where that's at. Yeah. I don't know what that location is, but if any of you know, let me know. But yeah, they are paying quite a bit of money. So 2,500 for the shoot days, 250 for the filming days, 250 for the doctor appointment that you do before the filming. Um, And then they're also going to film another appointment, which is $1,000. The usage is $10,000. Per diem is $85 per day. They pay you for the flight and they pay you a $500 per diem on the flight day. And then your down days, which is when you're not doing any shooting, they're paying 500 for those days. And it looks like this is a really long consecutive dates, I guess. Starting October 5th and going all the way through December 14th. So anyways, that is going to be a really nice paycheck for whoever does it. So I'm definitely going to send out an email to all of my clients and see who's interested. Because like I said, they do have to actually get Botox. So I just want to make sure that they're okay with it before I just like sign them up for anything. So we will come back to that eventually. Let's see. What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's like the second time I said that, and all I can think of is these stupid kids these days. Sorry, that's mean. Oh, this one's a repost. It's the Botox one. They just posted it again, maybe on accident. So now we only have 6 left. Okay, I can already see this is lower pay, but it is for a commercial, which is a little interesting. Looks like they want female Hispanic in their 20s, uh, comfortable playing soccer. I don't know if I have anybody. Pays on the lower end. It only pays $375. And it works on June 26th. So I'm gonna see if I have anybody, but I'm really gonna guess that I don't. Let me just see soccer. The problem is that they want people to do like actual soccer tricks. And I don't know if like my people are quite there yet. Let's see. Oh, I've got more than I thought. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 people that I can submit. Okay. I love that for me. Okie doke. Moving on. Oh my gosh, I almost said the brand name. I just like saw it and almost said it. Okay. Looks like once again, I'm not gonna have anybody to submit. They want big and tall men. I represent some very petite man dancers, so probably not. 6 foot to 6'6". Dang, that's tall. And then it has some other sizes here that they want people to be able to match, but it can be any age. It says 25 to 65. So whatever you fit, you can submit. That didn't make sense. Looking for all ethnicities, so doesn't really matter there. Looks like they are paying $3,000 per day plus the 20% agency fee. However, this is a really big brand and I'm not seeing a usage fee. Which doesn't make sense. So I don't know if the 3,000 is broken up into like, I don't know, 1,000 is for the shoot dates and then the other 2,000 math, man. The other 2,000 would be for usage. Because that would make sense. But even so, this is probably the biggest brand that we've seen today. So it's not making total sense why it's on the lower side, but whatever. Oh, it's because this might be why. It was for print, which means just modeling, just taking pictures. There's no video. It's not gonna be a commercial or anything like that. So maybe that's why. Okay, this next one is a feature film, shoots in South Korea and Vietnam. Um, by the looks of it, it's really good pay, but again, it just depends on what the requirements are and like how long it is. For the man, it pays $40,000. 2-week trip to Korea in December or January, and then a 2-week trip to Vietnam in March. So, what that's only like 4 weeks of work. So $40,000 for 4 weeks of work. Sign me up. Looks like they are also doing. Oh, they're asking for people to do stunt practices. 3 days total for $500 per day. Obviously, they're going to be paying your flight and your hotel. They will be giving you a per diem, but it doesn't say how much the per diem is. I can't submit on it. They're looking for 50 to 57-year-old men. And once again, I just don't have that. And then they're also looking for a 40-year-old man, which I have a couple, but Hispanic. And I don't think I have Hispanic. Not at that age range anyways. Um, So, anyways, I probably won't submit on this one either, but this one pays more, 50,000. And it looks like all the same things, the stunt practice, the airfare, yeah, all the things. So maybe he just has more lines and that's why he gets more pay. But anyways, that is a short film filming in Asia. All right, last three. And then we shall end this for today. Wow, I'm already at 30 minutes, which means this is taking me longer than it normally takes, and I need to speed it up. Okay, what is this? This is a TV series. Interesting. We never get TV series or movies. So the fact that we've had like, what, probably like half of these have been TV shows and movies, like that's wild to me. Um, the only problem is you have to be a Salt Lake City local. Yeah. I don't think I have anybody who can work as a Salt Lake City local, which is kind of a bummer. But if you are local, they are looking for men ages 18 to 21, women 18 to 21, and woman 20 to 40. Um, so for the 20 to 40, they're looking for somebody to play white trash in a very small town. What else? Uh, that's pretty much it. For the other one, just somebody to play a high schooler. Um, they want somebody 18 or older, but who can play as a minor. So no minors allowed. Anyways, like I said, I don't have anybody from Utah. Otherwise, I definitely would submit on that one. It's SAG rates too. So that'll be really nice, but I just don't have anybody. Okie doke. This next one, also a commercial. Um, let's see, $800 per day, $100 for the wardrobe fee, 1,500 for usage, and if you're a child and booked on this, 1,200 for the usage. Um, plus of course my 20% agency fee. Thank you very much. Okay, so they're looking for kids ages 8 to 12. I believe I only have one 12-year-old. So we're gonna submit her real quick. And then they're also looking for a mom ages 32 to 42. Um, this role does have dialogue, which is good for me to know because I represent a lot of dancers. So it's nice for me to know in advance if they're going to have to be speaking and kind of step out of their comfort zone. Um, same pay that I already mentioned. Looks like they're only going to shoot one day, but they're asking for availability on 2 different days. So I'm just going to go ahead and filter for that now so that I'm not having to worry if somebody's available or not. Like I said, they're looking for 32 to 42. I don't have a ton of people that fit that age range. Let's see, I have one, two, three, four, five, six. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Six people. And actually for this one, because they're looking for moms, I do take an extra step on this one just because a lot of people on my roster, because they are dancers, they are looking for younger-ish people. So a lot of my older talent will use like a younger looking headshot just to kind of make sure that they fit the vibe. So now that we know that they're looking specifically for somebody older, I want to make sure that the headshots actually fit that older vibe, that older range. So we will change their photos and then submit them like this. And yeah, that is, it looks like all that they're casting right now. Um, and then the last one, last but not least, 34 minutes. Okay. Yeah, this took me way too long today. But I love hanging out with you guys and I love how you were asking questions and like interacting here. So it's greatly appreciated. Um, oh, looks like I already submitted on this one. I must have done this yesterday, I guess. They're looking for real siblings and I actually represent siblings. So I submitted them on this. It looks like they are paying 3,500 per person. Oh, that's a little bit lower. They're paying usage is 3,000 and then session is 500. I'm gonna go back to this is a decent sized company. Maybe not as big as the last one that I was talking about, but this is a well-known company. So 3,500, there's different things that go into this that might make it make sense. But obviously just like face value, me just looking at it, these are just preliminary thoughts that I have. But anyways, okay, wow. We made it through all of those. Have fun. Let me just, for funsies, we're gonna check and let's see if we have any. Okay, no, we do not. We had a couple of self-tape requests come in yesterday and this morning, so I just wanted to see if anybody completed it. As an agent, it's my job to go in and watch them after they're done to make sure that they're actually following the directions from casting. And if they are, then great, and I can submit it to them. And if not, I need to tell them to retape. So I like to do that as early as I possibly can. That way, if they do need to retape, they maybe have a couple of hours, maybe even a day, just depends on how early they submitted. It looks like nobody has submitted yet. We have, well, this one's not due till Friday, so they have a little bit of time on that one. And this one's due tonight by 10 p.m. So we better get a grip on that one. Did we have anything else? This one's due tomorrow by 5 p.m. So usually she'll probably get it in tomorrow morning and then we'll have all day to review it and let her know if we need any changes on it. But okay, I think we are done for the day. I'm going to clock out and I appreciate you guys being here and hanging out with me and going through these castings today. So I'll see you guys.